Weekend Live on this Sunday. I'm Sina Gebre-Ab. So DC is continuing to celebrate the country's 250th anniversary with its new DC250 Mural project. It just launched this last week. It basically involves local artists currently creating 8 new murals, one in each ward of DC, that encompasses the unique history and characteristics of each of these neighborhoods. Mia DuVall is one of the artists taking part in this DC250 Mural project, and she's joining us now live to tell us all about it. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for chatting with us. This is such a cool project and such a cool way to commemorate the 250 of it all. First of all, tell us sort of how you got involved with this mural project.
Oh, so MuralsDC reached out to me directly. I'm a muralist in the city. I've been doing murals for about 10 to 15 years now. And they reached out to me regarding doing a mural for the DC250 celebration. And they wanted something that was inspired by the anniversary, the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, which is America's birthday. And so for me, it was a no-brainer. So it was just that simple, yeah.
That's awesome. And tell us where your mural is and sort of what you're in the process of creating, sort of what's inspired you.
Sure. So my mural is on H Street. It's 1335 H Street on Henceforth. What I am creating is literally something that's hyper local, but at the same time that celebrates, America's birthday and the fact that the Declaration of Independence is literally an unfinished document, and we are all responsible for continuing to write the Declaration of Independence, and even more so to keep America's promise and to hold America accountable to its promise. So I'm in Ward 6, so I'm pretty excited about that because it's a neighborhood I grew up in.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, how is that sort of creating this large scale, work for this place that means so much to you?
I'm elated anytime I get to create anything in a neighborhood on the streets that I've walked as a child, or that my family owned businesses in. So it's pretty exciting. And for me, I get so much joy out of being able to tell our stories as Washingtonians. For the most part, the work that I do as an artist is, it is what it is. I love it, but I feel like I have a responsibility to tell stories and to bring joy to complex narratives. So doing a project like this is literally, it sounds corny, but it's always like a dream come true every single time.
Oh, that's awesome. No, we love that. How does this piece compare to the other things you've done? Like, is this, in my head, this is going to be a large scale sort of mural. Do you usually do sort of large scale pieces of art, or how does this compare to sort of your other pieces, I guess?
Yeah. So I've been doing murals now, like I say between 10 and 15 years, because I feel like I've been doing it professionally for a little over 10 years, but maybe like the first 5, I was just getting my feet wet. But I've done large scale murals. One of my most notable pieces is I co-collaborated on the Ben's Chili Ball mural. So the Ben's mural and this particular mural have the same feeling or the same resonance in terms of taking a complex narrative and bringing it to life, but making sure that it's joyful, making sure that, not just people who come to visit feel it, but people who live here really feel it. And that's always important to me. So with my work, I work on large scale murals. That's my specialty. So this is just in line with the work that I do.
Gotcha. And speaking to what you were saying just now about sort of translating these complex stories through art, I mean, there's just so much going on in the world right now, a lot of complex issues, complex feelings that come with that. So what role do you think art can play in sort of processing all of that and maybe healing, even like you were saying, joy? What role do you think art can play in all of that?
Oh, art plays an amazing role in transferring messages and providing healing, starting conversations. I think as an artist, you're missing out if you don't see that as a responsibility. I believe that projects like this in particular have the opportunity to not only like uplift, but to also educate, to also start conversations that we're not having, or maybe to just make a statement about the status quo. I believe as an artist, that's a responsibility that I'm proud to take up, and I hope that more artists see it that way, especially in the current times we're living in.
As you mentioned, you're a native Washingtonian. So how
Yes.
how did you begin your artist as a journey? Your journey as an artist, I should say. Like, did you start super young? How did you get to the point that you're at now?
Okay, yeah. So I'm a native Washingtonian, as you said. I'm 6 generations in. I was blessed to have a mother who was an artist. She's not a practicing artist now. In addition to that, aunts, family members who were just entrenched in the arts, and so I grew up around it. However, I grew up just having opportunities to paint and to do, and especially murals. When I was in elementary school, I used to get to paint the backdrops, and my teachers would pay me to paint their doors and things like that. And so it was a natural progression, but it found me a little later in life. I was an art director at an arts organization here in the city, and I was working with teaching artists, and one of the artists I had to work with actually saw my work, and he was like, "Hey, you should be out here painting murals." And so I was like, "Okay, I'll come out." And so literally I came out, I assisted on a mural project, and from that point on, I hit the ground running, and I've been making murals professionally for, like I said, over 15 years now.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Okay, so I was stalking your Instagram page just a little bit earlier, and from what I saw, I think I saw a post where your daughter was also involved in helping you with one of the murals that, you've done. So, I mean, you were talking about sort of how this is sort of in your blood, and, your family was a part of entrenching the arts in you. I think it's so cool that you're sort of now passing this on to her in that way as well.
Oh, indeed. And that in itself is kind of like this is a surprise to me. Like, she grew up literally on mural sites. I have 3 children.
Oh, wow.
And they are all well versed in the arts and being out on mural sites. And quite frankly, I felt like they were just sick of it and didn't want to have anything to do with art. But this particular project was so special and so unique. And her being like watching me go through the process of creating the piece, it inspired her. And it inspired her into action. So she's going off to college, and she's going to be studying political science. Because, like I said, once again, the current times that we're living in kind of demands it. And so this particular project, with literally keeping America's promise, to celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, it really inspired her to action. And so we've been talking a lot about art and activism, or just, again, sharing complex narratives in the most joyful way possible. So yes, so she's out there. She is my assistant, full on. So when I introduce her, I say, "This is my assistant, Mia DuVall Williams."
I love that.
Keep it professional.
No, we love that. We love that. So what stage are you at with this mural? Are you is it complete, or are you still, what stage of the creation are you in?
So no, it's not complete. We are I'd say about 75% through what I call the ugly phase, which is the part where everything gets like crazy and you wish you could run and hide because you're like, "Oh my God, you didn't see this thing." But we're I'd say about 75% in. We've got most of the blocking done. And now I'm about to go in with what I call the magic. I'm going to add the details. And I primarily work with spray paint. And so I'm going to bring this thing to life. I feel like we're making a huge statement with this piece. So I just keep telling people, just stay tuned. Just stay tuned.
Okay, and we will. And I'm sure it varies from piece to piece, but how long does it usually take you to create a mural from start to finish?
I love this question. I love this question because I'm really about my business. And so generally, if I'm able to go in, I can get a mural done by myself within a week.
Oh, wow.
However, what I have found is that when I am doing a mural and it's out in the community, it typically takes 2 weeks. It typically takes 2 and sometimes 3 weeks. Sometimes I'm out there for a minute. And what I've discovered is, outside of the weather, what's really happening is people are stopping me. because they want to ask questions, they want to make a connection, and I always make such amazing, brilliant connections. And so, yeah, I can knock it out within a week to a week and a half or less in some cases, but if I get in and I get out, I miss out on the opportunity to make connections with people and make friends,
Yeah.
and to help educate people and get them to understand what I'm doing and the process and what artists do. Because a lot of people say, I've never seen anybody do this before.
Yeah.
So I love that part.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I hadn't thought about that because it's like I'm thinking about the final piece as sort of being the gift or, the thing that the community will enjoy. But it's like, no, you literally being
So
there and
much
creating
more.
it, is like an attraction in itself. That's
Yes.
so, so cool.
Yes, yes. And that's how I feel. A gift is the perfect way to put it. I feel like I'm being gifted every time I get to do a project and I'm on the street. I get to meet so many lovely people and develop so many intimate connections that I would not be able to otherwise. And so for me, it's always a gift. And there's one important thing. It's like I'm very clear on what my role is as an artist, and especially as an artist that makes public art. I live in DC and I'm a Washingtonian, but in this particular neighborhood, I'm going to go home, and this is going to be here. And the more people that I connect with and I talk to and develop relationships with, it means that this piece becomes a part of them, becomes a part of their lives. They get to come and bring their families and friends and share, the story about meeting the muralist that created this and how she added X, Y, Z because they suggested it, So I just feel like every opportunity I get to create and connect with community is just that, a gift.
Yeah, that's such a lovely sentiment. Where can people keep up with you online? Of course, we're going to stay tuned for this piece, but just in general along your journey, where can people find you online?
Sure, of course. My website is miaduvall.com, MIADUVALL. And you can find me pretty much on all platforms, but especially Instagram, because that's where I show up. It's just Mia_DuVall.
All right, perfect. Well, we can't wait to see this piece get completed. We'll certainly be following along, but thank you for joining us in the meantime, Mia. This was such a lovely conversation. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Of course. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
You too. Take care. Bye.
Bye.